and welcome to my channel. I'm Mandy Grace, and it is Preptober. So what am I doing for week 2 of Preptober? First of all, I want to start finishing some of the things that I'm trying to watch and read in order to become familiar with this particular story, because I haven't really finished anything on my list. I mean, I finished a couple things, but compared to the giant list that I have, it feels like I've done absolutely nothing. So I'd like to finish watching things and reading things and start crossing things off of my list. Valerian is eating very loudly back there. I don't know if you can hear him or not, but I'm not refilming this. So anyway, yes, watching of shows and movies and then reading of other retellings. Also, I would like to actually start outlining the story and figuring out the actual plot points that I want to have. I don't generally do very detailed outlines. I usually do like big plot points that happen and maybe smaller things that I already know before I go going into the story. And then I kind of pants my way through the things in the middle, but I have enough of an outline that my story isn't all over the place and wayward and confusing and a bunch of stuff that just needs to be cut when it comes to editing. So yeah, I kind of want to avoid what I did with Return to Grace, which is coming out in December for anyone who's interested, because I had to rewrite the entire last half of that novel when I finally outlined it with Save the Cat. Like, it was a mess the way I mostly discovery wrote it, and then I had to outline it and rewrite the whole thing. It was a disaster. So I really don't want to do that again. So I'm trying to do more outlining up front, but not too much, because when I do too much, I lose any sort of creativity and I just don't tell the story. I need to discovery write to a point, but I also need an outline and a framework. Yeah, I don't know. I need both. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get the start of my outline, whatever it looks like, and then work from there. I still have a couple weeks. I don't want to get too much and then just twiddle my thumbs before November comes around. Because also, when I do prep for a story, because I always do, I reach a certain point where the prepping just feels done, and then I start writing immediately. So I don't want to get to that feeling of, okay, my prepping is done, and still have a week left before NaNoWriMo starts. Because in that week, I will either start writing, and therefore will not get to 50,000 in November because I'm an underwriter, and if I already write outside of November, there's no way my first draft is going to be bigger than 50,000 words. It never is. And then also, the other option, if I don't write in that week of twiddling my thumbs, then I would lose interest, and then also just like the sort of I can't even describe it, but when I'm in the middle of prepping and everything, like, there's so much up here that isn't written down, and I try to write down everything, but there's just so much up here. And if I start writing while it's all there, it's fine. I get through the first draft, I'm happy. But if I wait any amount of time, it all starts to slip away. And then when I sit down to write, I really have no idea what's happening or what I'm doing, even with my outline and character profiles and stuff. So I'm trying to avoid both of those scenarios and do prepping, but not too much prepping, all the way to October 31st. That's the goal. I don't know. I've actually not done much prepping for the last 3 days because I've been just scrolling through Pinterest and making inspiration boards, not just for the story I'm trying to write in NaNoWriMo, but also for, like, my fantasy story that I was writing for Camp Nano back in April, I don't remember which camp I did that. Anyway, yeah, I was making boards for all sorts of things that are completely unrelated to the work that I'm actually supposed to be doing. I just got Natalia Lee's Preptober workbook, which I see every year, but I've never actually tried for myself. So I just got it. I'm gonna fill that out. I have so many things this year with Bethany's care package, and now I'm doing this workbook, and I have my personal, like, story Bible thing that I do with every story that I write. There's a lot going on. But because I'm coming to this story almost a completely blank slate, whereas usually I start a story because I actually have a story idea, yeah, I think all of this extra stuff to prep is going to be... My camera battery died, and I did not watch back the video to see where it died, so I'm just going to start back up with what I was saying when it shut off. So anyway, I might get a little lost at some point because there's outlining stuff in the workbook from Bethany Altazada, her, like, I don't know, the notebook. Hold on while I struggle to get it out. This, oh, that's upside down. This has outlining stuff that I am using. I'm using this book quite a bit. But then in, like, the care package, like, printable part, also had an outline page, and then I outline in my story Bible. And then I'm pretty sure, I haven't gone through the workbook yet, but I'm pretty sure Natalia's Preptober workbook probably also has outlining stuff, and if I outline it all three of the places, I will get so confused. So at some point I'm going to have to pick where things are going, which will probably be, the final stuff will probably all end up in the story Bible, because that's what I use for all of my stories, so that's what I'll be doing. But I really like using the Planning My Novel book from Bethany Altazada, so I don't know. That may be where I end up putting everything. We'll see. I haven't actually looked at the Preptober workbook from Natalia Lee yet. I just printed it out, so I'm gonna start flipping through it and see what's up, I guess. I just have so much going on these days with this, and then I have my story Bible that I create for all of my books with whoops, now I'm throwing things on the floor over there. With my brainstorming and my characters and my research and world building and outlining and timelines, and literally everything goes into this. And I do this for every story that I write at all, and I have been doing this since I was a teenager. And I use it, like I flip back through whatever notebook I am using for a story frequently while writing it. The first draft, the 10th draft, whatever. I frequently use this, so I can't imagine not using it, but I've loved using this so far. So I may end up with both of these things. See, this really maybe isn't that big of a deal, but it's seeming like a big deal to me because I like to have everything in one spot, which is why I do a story Bible in the first place. And now I've got 2 spots, but sort of technically 3 spots because I do stuff in the Preptober stuff from the care package, and now I have this giant thing. It's just a lot going on. Also, I haven't flipped through this yet, which I said I was going to do, so let's do that. Put you back where you came from. Let's do this. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. I don't know which tracker I'm going to use now because... Where was it? Where'd you go? I swear it's in here. Maybe it's farther than I thought. Aha! Aha, aha. I thought this was a super cool way to track my words for NaNoWriMo. Each, 1,000 words, which is super fun. But this is adorable. Each of the doodles is 1,000 words, and you color a doodle when you get... now I'm torn. Do I just do both? See, this is what I meant by having too many things, you guys. I have too many things now. Choices must be made. I mean, I use the NaNoWriMo site, so I don't know that I necessarily need to track my own, but I am a huge fan of tracking and lists and things. As you maybe can tell with all of the stuff that I'm just, this is my life. This is what I love. Okay. How often do you want to write? Let's be honest, during NaNoWriMo, I want to write every single day. And I generally do. When am I most creative? I actually really wanted to do this page ever since watching Natalia Lee fill out her own page. I was like, oh, I want to do that. This is my kind of thing. Let's see. We're going to want these things. We've got sleep and work and writing time and what are the other things that I do? I don't know. We'll make sleep pink. Sleep feels pink, doesn't it? So let's see. I work Mondays. Let's see. Where are we? See, 6:30 is not an option. They're hour blocks. Okay, fine. We'll just say 6 a.m. because that's when my alarm goes off. My Sharpie died in the middle of that. But it's all orange. Let's see, what was my sleep? Pink. Oh boy. Hopefully, all of this is sleeping. I am not a morning person. I'm not getting up to write at 5 in the morning. It's not happening. And let's see. Let's say I go to bed at like 10 every night. I try to do lights out at 10. Technology off at 9, lights out at 10. Doesn't always happen, but that's the plan. Oh wait. Hold that thought. Now. Now. Thursday nights. I am actually this is yellow. This is as yellow as it comes. Yep. So that's my Bible study night. Don't you love the orange block in the middle? There's also a lot of pink going on, which I'm a little proud of. Look at my sleep schedule. Which is mostly broken up, to be honest, because I have a hedgehog who's awake all night. Brainstorming! Ha! This is what I need. I need to do this. I already have a story, so I'm not starting off scratch. I know it's going to be a loose retelling of King Arthur lore in some fashion. And I already know my camera decided that it wanted to turn off. It didn't die. It was just like, you've been filming for so long. Are you still there? And the answer is yes. I don't know when it died, because once again, I did not watch the playback to see when it shut off. But anyway, I'm on the brainstorming pages now. I have outlined roughly, this is not the official outline, which is why I put it in brainstorming rather than in the outline tab, but I wanted to get through the Save the Cat outline all the way from beginning to end to see if I had all the elements to make a story, and most of it's there. There's a few that are a little iffy, so I'm going to keep tweaking this to make the real outline. But yep, I got most of it. Also now I'm looking at genre specific chapter. Apparently every story that I do with Save the Cat is the Golden Fleece one. I don't know why that is. Probably because I mostly write more fantasy-esque stories. My Robin Hood wasn't technically fantasy, but it leans more that direction.